Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pips and simps, welcome back to the Mac Life, the #1 podcast here in the world. We're back for episode 156. Now, if you're new to the channel, we go over absolutely everything to do with growing your brand online, monetizing that brand, OnlyFans marketing for creators, and OnlyFans management. So how to manage ladies' OnlyFans accounts and make tremendous amounts of money. If this is the first video you're watching or even listening to, okay, the way in which I do these videos is in podcast style format. So essentially we go over some updates, me and you, we get some bonding time, and then in the end of the video we go over a specific topic, usually to do with OnlyFans. In today's video we're going to be looking at something that's completely different, something I've never really talked about on YouTube, and that is the future of OnlyFans. Where is it going? How can you get in early and make serious money as OnlyFans transitions into the Metaverse? So especially for creators, you want to be on this early. And for managers, you want to be putting systems in place so that you can adopt straight away into this market. I don't want to give away any more information than that because we will get into it at the end, and that'll be very, very exciting. Hold up. This light is actually just destroying my retina. See how different it is without a light though? Let me put it down a little. Right? See how different this thing is without a light. Better? Better. That's balanced on the absolute edge though. Anyway, so we have a few updates to get through today. Now, if this is your first video as well, or maybe you've watched a few of these videos, I'm not going to ask people to subscribe anymore. The subscriber count's already growing. We're rapidly expanding. But I do ask if you find it helpful that instead you share it with a friend. You spread some of the love. You know, if you have other OnlyFans creators that you know, share it with them. If you have other managers that you think would find this helpful, share it with them and give out some free value to them as well. Now, I just want to make it clear, my Instagram inbox has been flooded. I didn't think I knew YouTube would grow and have a compounding effect, but I didn't realize how small of a subscriber count I actually would need to create such a ripple effect. We've cracked the 5K mark, which was one of the milestones, and I want to talk about that today as well. So I'm very thankful to everyone here watching these videos. You know, we made it to 5K, but again, it's just the end of the beginning. We're already looking at 10K. We're already here. Next day, game day. I hit it yesterday. I hit the 5K milestone last night. I was checking. Boom, I was excited for about 8 seconds, and then we're on to the 10K mark. But I didn't realize what a ripple effect it would have across. You know, my IG now in the message requests, I've got hundreds of messages in the message requests alone. I've probably got 600, 700 unanswered IG messages, and I don't really reply. I may get a handful of replies out, but it's too much. Honestly, it's too much. And it's not to say you can't send messages to me on Instagram. Send them, you might get a reply sometime, but I hold no promises that I'll be replying on Instagram. But it really goes to show the importance of building a fucking YouTube brand as well. You know, I was here with my cousin yesterday. He's a bit younger and his friend is really into all this stuff. He watches everything I put out. He does that and he's like, I want to be like you. I want to do these things. It was quite sweet to hear. But he said, what should I be focused on? What should I be focused on? The #1 piece of advice I said is YouTube, because by leveraging fame, that is the quickest way to success. And you know, you could have a level 1 skill set in everything else. As long as you leverage fame correctly, you'll make a lot of money. And everything else will come over time. And that's especially relevant for OnlyFans creators. Build up a community, document your journey, show other girls what you're doing, okay? That's a very, very powerful community to build. Managers, document your journey. Don't think that you're giving away your secrets. You can never give away too much value. Give it out and it comes back tenfold, trust me. And you know, when I learned Facebook Marketplace, everyone was telling me, fuck, you want to make as much money as possible before anyone else finds out. That's what all my family members were telling me. This is what everyone was, all my close friends were telling me, don't tell anyone about this, keep it under the wraps. You don't want anyone to know. And I was like, yeah, I will. And then what happened was, I remember putting out a YouTube video. I put out maybe 3 about e-commerce first, and then I published. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking help people. I put out this video about how to make sales on Facebook Marketplace. And it went massive. It went absolutely massive. And that's when I decided to create a course. I was against courses up until that stage. I was like, I had the idea in my head that fuck that. I don't need thingies. I can figure it out. Not even me figure it out, but I didn't want to be people selling it because I'm definitely pro buying information. But I was like, I didn't want to sell And when I put it out and I got all that feedback, I was like, shit. Okay, I've given something out and now people want something and it's come back tenfold from there. And then every time I learn something with Facebook Marketplace or whatever, I would just give it out and it always comes back tenfold. So I don't know how I got into that bit of the topic, but that YouTube, start YouTube, okay? I'm trying to give you some Some G-up advice here. Now, on top of that as well, I think, I want to try and get these done in the correct order. You know, we just had another great student milestone, and this is what I love seeing. First 40 days in the Hive, he posted up his profit. He got his first sale with Marketplace because he's been trying both methods. And then he was like, boom, it actually works. And it's crazy to look at. It wasn't a big sale. It was like $30, $40 or whatever. But the first sale come, and he's like, I knew it would work. I believed in it. And then like moments later, boom, I made my second sale. And that was with manual, like PayPal and bank transfers. So he's already crushing it. He posted that, it says today, but because he's from the US, it's a different time zone thing. But he's mainly been focused on the Onlyfans side of things, and he posted up his profit for the first 40 days, which was 4.1K US net. So congratulations. You know, I'm very, very proud of our Hive members. We're absolutely crushing it, and we're just continuing to grow. You can see that. And I want to talk about continuing to grow alongside, like, there's some banger topics today. Alongside the YouTube growth. The YouTube growth has been phenomenal, and especially in the last couple of weeks, now you can really see, like I said, I'm gaining 30-something subscribers a day is what it's up to now. It's like, I know yesterday I hit the 5K milestone, and I'm looking at it right now. Current subscribers today, 5,031. So between last night and now, we've already gained 31 additional subs. So at that rate, you know, the analytics are showing that I'm gaining like 640 in the last 28 days. But I feel once it re-updates, we're at about 900. So that is a massive jump. Like a few days ago, remember, like a month ago, we're at 300, then 600, then 900. And it still doesn't seem like much when I say 5K to people. But 5,000 YouTube subscribers is infinitely more valuable than 1 million TikTok followers. Infinitely more valuable because it's long form content, and you get people who are actually credible. People who sit there and follow on TikTok. Not that I hate on TikTok, but it's very low attention. It's low effort. It's no commitment. The people who are here listening to these videos, I guarantee you are 90% more committed than other people, and you will see 90% better results. You can sit through, you can listen to a full video, you can apply yourself, you can pay attention, and you can hustle. You know, you can't lose when that's your mindset. So, but yeah, the compounding effect that we're having here with YouTube is massive. And what's going to happen is, maybe a few months from now, it won't take long. Like if we're at 900 on the next update, say, that's 1,000 a month. So very quickly, I've gone from it taking forever, nearly 2 years or whatever I've been posting, to get to 5,000. But then we're gaining that within 5 months, but even quicker because it'll continue to compound. But worst case, we're gaining 1,000 a month. Like we'll be gaining 1,000 subscribers a month. So what's going to happen is once it hits that compounding effect where it goes from like 1,000 to 3,000 to 5,000 up to like 10,000 a month, I will blow up very, very quickly on YouTube, and people will say, oh my God, I remember when you were at 5,000, I was following you. You blew up overnight. I didn't blow up overnight though. That's the thing that I want everyone to understand. That's why I put out this podcast every single day along everything else that I do. I didn't just blow up overnight because of the fact that you can see how many years of consistent work I put in, from going from a video a month to maybe one every couple weeks to one a week to a couple a week to fucking one a day, and then up from there now to a couple of videos a day coming out. So it's not an overnight thing. It's definitely, I haven't blown up overnight. It's the bioaccumulation. I think in the Rory McDonald fight, who was it? Rory McDonald number 2 against whatever his fucking name is. I forget. But anyway, he's hitting him with jabs the entire fight, and then at the end against Robbie Lawler, and then he got his nose busted open, and he's like, oh, that shot there, that last shot, that's what finally did it. Broke his nose. You know, you can see he broke his nose with the punch, but he's like, that wasn't a nose break. That was the bioaccumulation of a beatdown or something like that. He had like this awesome fucking phrase. He's like, that was the accumulation of a fucking beatdown over time. And that's what it was. He kept putting in the volume until that nose gave way. And that's what I want you to treat your business like. Put in the volume. Because this links back to this point. Every really successful person that I chat with that makes more money than myself in terms of business success, never once have I spoke with someone. How weird's this? Think about this. Never once have I spoke with anyone. I said, hey, how'd you make all your money? The only ones who have done it quickly said, oh, I invested in crypto and I took a big risk. Okay, I took a massive risk and I risked everything and put it in crypto. Okay, I can see how that works. Crypto is massive. But every single person who's gotten wealthy from businesses, not a single one has said, well, I started this thing 30 days ago and it just took off. Not a single person. They say, well, I put in 6 years into this and then over time and it just built and then it was something that I couldn't believe it and then it went to this and then this and then this. It's always like an accumulation of time and volume. And that's what people don't understand is I know how much money YouTube makes me from 5K subscribers a month. When I have 100K, the amount of money I'll be making is almost disgusting. And on top of that, the best thing that I can tell people is they'll say, oh yeah, but you've gone from this to this overnight. And I'll say, yeah, but that's the secret sauce. It's years of hard work to become an overnight success. And that's what I want for all of you, every single person who watches this. Because frankly, you don't deserve success fast. No one deserves success fast. If success come fast, it wouldn't be worthy. It wouldn't be success because something else would be success. The metrics for success would change. If you could make $1 million within 30 days and the majority of people on the planet could do that, $1 million would be worthless. That's the way the economy works. So you need to understand that most of the time you don't deserve what you think you should have. You're like, I should have this, but you don't deserve it. You really don't. And that's why work ethic is the number one trait you can develop. And I had to develop that into myself is work ethic because I've always valued working smarter over working harder. So I applied working smarter and I've seen better results than everyone. But then I thought, fuck it. What if I work harder too? What if I don't just work smarter, but I combine that with working harder? And that's when the really good shit happens in your life. So work ethic can't be beaten. And like when I meet new people, I am very like, this is how I naturally am. But when I'm in person with people, I'm not like this straight away. I don't chat with this much energy, this much enthusiasm. I'm still exactly the same person, but I like to listen to people. I like to hear people's dialogue. I don't like talking about myself. People ask questions, I try and deflect it back to them and dig information out of other people. And I've realized that most of the time, the reason I don't like doing it is because people either become excited by it very quickly and then I connect with those people, or I can feel the insecurities click in very quickly because I don't like talking about myself. And they say, well, what do you do? And I say, oh, well, I run internet businesses. Is it successful? Yes, wildly successful. Oh, well, where do you work from? Well, I travel the world. I just travel around and, work my own time. And it comes across as very arrogant. And what starts happening is when someone has a different sort of lifestyle, you can, it's not that you should be worried about people feeling insecure anyway, but it's like, I don't know, I try and constantly push out positivity. And what happens is, because people spend so much time working a job for basic income, they don't have the time to apply work ethic to everything else. And then they say, well, what else do you? Oh, I speak Russian. Oh, and then we'll be talking about music. Oh, you play guitar as well? Yeah, I play guitar as well. Oh, well, fuck, I do sport. Oh, me too. Yeah, I'm this in jiu-jitsu. Oh, fuck. And people are like, they start comparing themselves. Holy fuck, you do all these things. And, I'm obviously still miles away from all the spots that I want to be, and there's people infinitely better than me. There's definitely a word that I'm missing that's great there. Infinitesimally or something. I'll have to fucking look it up after this. That are better than me in all these realms and all these domains. However, it's just, when you chat with other people, I can see what they're missing is work ethic. And half the time, the cynical thing about it is it's their fault, but it's only one choice that they made ages ago to, I'll stay with this job for a little bit longer. I'll do this for a little bit more cash. Yeah, I'll take those extra 2 shifts a week. It's a little bit more money. I'm like, yeah, but you've just tried, I chat with some people who work, 3 or 4 days a week and they're killing it, having fun, making money, and building up something else. And then the job offers them that extra 2 days a week and they take it. And I watch their life diminish. It never increases once they take that extra work. It never increases. And they usually get stuck in that trap of staying there for an extended period of time, a very, very long period of time. So it's like one little choice that you can make can destroy it because your time is the most valuable thing. Because if you take that time back and then you apply work ethic to other things, you'll just see a magnitudinal growth. Because most workplaces aren't built for you to grow in. You're built to go in, learn the skills. People say, well, yeah, I have more, I know more about retail than you. I've worked 20 years in retail. And I say, no, you've worked 2 years in retail and then you've done that, 10 years over. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you gained all your experience, in year 1 or 2, and then you just continue to repeat that for the, not 10 years, I guess 18 years. You've just done 2 years of learning, you got to the stage, you never upskilled from there, and then you've just spent 18 years repeating the exact same stage. So I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this. Yeah, it's about work ethic and not... Most people think that they deserve things when you really do not. And I look at how much money I make, and I look at the amount of money I want to make, and then if I ever start to feel like, oh, fuck, I should make this much money. Number one, I'd be grateful. I'm like, I have infinitely more than, 99.9% of the population. And then I revert back and I say, do you deserve it though? Because those people there, they're willing to sacrifice this, and this. And you're not. Get your lazy ass up and get to work. As Mr. Goggins said, who's going to carry the boat? Okay? Who's going to carry the boat? So, and that ties in with this next point that I want to talk about, which is like, most dudes, because I feel I can speak better with men, obviously. I interact a lot with women throughout the Onlyfans industry. I have a lot of friends who are female. This thing that you can't have friends who are female is the most stupid thing I've ever heard. Like, obviously, I agree with a lot of things Andrew Tate says, and that's where this big thing comes, of sensationalism at the moment. And I agree with a heap of shit that he says. But women are humans. This is almost like a demoralizing thing that's going on, okay? You can definitely have friends who are females, because the trade-off in the way that he talks about it is you mostly want to fuck female friends. And if you can't get that exchange, that's not what you're getting. But you can gain business advantages. You can gain access to information. You can leverage females for a heap of different things. And if you hate the word leverage and you're sitting there like, oh my God, leverage. You leverage everyone. You leveraged your parents as a kid to survive. You leverage the fact that you hope that they love you and they'd feed you and they'd provide for you. Then you leverage your friends throughout schools to make you feel welcome and supported in a group. You've leveraged every single relationship in your life. You constantly leverage other people. It's just a constant value exchange. So, like, I had to pull up some Hive members saying, you can't have friends who are females. Don't be fucking stupid. Of course you can. You can have friends who are anyone. You just have to learn how to leverage different people and apply value to everyone's life. But the reason that I brought up this topic is a lot of dudes, and I speak better to men, as I was saying, because the majority of my watchers are men, about 70%. So a lot of the dudes who watch this, they say, oh, Mac, like, and especially dudes who say the OnlyFans industry, they come across, they say, it'd be great, I'm going to make a heap of money, plus I'll get to hang out with really sexy girls, and I say, well, what are you doing this for? Are you doing this to make money, or are you doing this to hang out with sexy girls? Choose your fucking option. What are you focused on? What are your goals? And they say, oh, well, can't I have both? No, you can't have both. What are you? You're 20, you're 21, and you're broke, and you're focusing on women? Exact same thing about not deserving it. A lot of these dudes say, I want a chick who does this. I need a chick who's loyal. I need a chick who cleans. I need a chick who does all these things. And I'm like, you don't deserve that though. What do you bring to the table? Yes, you have ambition, or you say you have ambition, but you're broke. You don't deserve that. You haven't gone and put in the work. You haven't gone and put in the rounds. You don't deserve any of that. People come on board talking as if they deserve, but then they bring nothing to the party themselves. You can't invoke the parlay if you have nothing, on offer. There's no parlay, it's just a straight shootout. You get shot down dead. And more so than that, if you invest time in women when you don't deserve it as a man, you are going to not only spoil what could have been good, but you're just going to waste a magnitude of time. And what do I mean by this is, most of these dudes that are broke will take on girls, and the relationship will diminish over time because they don't have enough money, and that is definitely a thing. That is definitely a problem in nearly every relationship. And it breaks down over time, and this is the main point that I wanted to bring all this across to today, because I don't really talk about this shit much, but it's very, very important for dudes who are listening, especially young guys, okay? Trying to give you advice for young dudes. If you decide, okay, I am going to have a girlfriend while I'm young, say 20, 21, whatever it is around that age, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to have a girlfriend. If you find a girl who is unhappy with the fact that you work long hours, you might as well just give up on business, go do the 9-to-5 employee life and grind it out. Because if you ever allow yourself to have a female in your life that will subtract from your ability to work and pursue your dream, not only will it destroy your dream, but that will destroy your relationship too, because you'll build envy. You won't be focused in the hours that you are there, that you are putting in the work, and that will just subtract from the relationship and will diminish over time and burn out. So you gain nothing. You weren't strategic in your choice. You went based off your hormones, and you went based off your what chemicals were going through your body. You allowed like almost little boy's symptoms to take over. LBS, little boy symptoms to take over and make your choices. You want manly results, but you're not thinking like a man. You have to think like a man first. So a lot of these guys, they come to me and they say, well, I want a good girlfriend who's going to do this, this, and this, someone who can support me. I say, well, Get your fucking act together. Because no girl wants to be with someone who's just got ambition. A lot of people who just have ambition. Because 99% of the dudes with ambition have what I call fake ambition. You have ambition to the point of you telling everyone how much ambition you have, but then it's not applied with work ethic. There is no, it's 90% of your day is spent telling everyone how you're going to be successful, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. You make sure that everyone knows, but it's not backed up by work ethic. I am a big advocate of speaking things out, telling people what you're going to do because of the fact that it applies social pressure, because then everyone watches you. But 99% of people do it, and then they hold themselves. They've done it so many times that they don't care. They don't care if they look bad. They don't care if they're wrong. I use it as almost a wedge to say, this is what I'm going to do. Everyone fucking hold me accountable. And then I go and do it. And that's what I want to see all you motherfuckers doing. So if you're in your head, I'm trying to get chicks, I'm trying to do this. Focus on business. Upskill yourself. Become a person of value first. I talk about this inside a business, okay? Provide value, okay? And become a person of value. And when you become a person of value, okay, you get things given back to you. You get value given back to you. Very, very important. So, you know, a lot of dudes, it's funny, I joke inside the hive. I'm like, motherfuckers, happy Friday night. What are we doing? And if anyone's like, I'm out having, you are going to get roasted. If you don't have at least 100K capital sitting in that bank, minimum right now, 100K liquid sitting in there, get the fuck out of that party and get back to work. I will roast you all in the hive for it. So, okay. I think we got just that's pretty much it for the things. Oh, I've got the Instagram. I'm paying another bulk amount for the IG, so I'll keep you all updated on that today. Essentially, this is meant to be the same as before, guaranteed. So you can already look like, oh, he's making a stupid decision again. But I have weighed up the pros and cons, so we'll see how it plays out. This one's guaranteed. I'll show you the amount that I've spent in total at the end to get IG verified once this is done. But I have a dude hooking me up with all the required articles to do it the legit way, entrepreneur way. I already have a heap of articles, but he's giving me the final ones for a whatever amount. I'll show you. And then we should be verified from there. And so he'll apply through that editors panel or whatever the fuck it is, and then we'll be done. So I'll let you all know. The IG verification, the goal is still there, and we will fucking get there. And the day it gets there, I'm going to make like 42 videos on YouTube celebrating. So it's still coming. And yeah, the last little bits of advice I want to give well, not even advice. You know, I'm going to get the new laptop, new iPhone today if it's available. I was going to go yesterday. I was too busy. I'll go in today if it's not. I'll go in today, and then hopefully it's not just the pre-orders that are there, and you can buy them on the spot as well. I need that Logitech cam that I was saying. So thanks for the people who commented that. And then, yeah, I think this is the last little thing that I want to give you here is, this is about advice, okay? I'd measure myself against this, right? Number one, I have never had someone who's more successful than me randomly reach out and offer me advice. Never. I've never just had someone who's more successful randomly reach out and offer advice. I thought about that really heavily, right? Let me explain this. And then I thought about myself. I've never just randomly reached out, okay, to someone and offered advice. I've never done that. And especially not to someone who I see that's making more money than me. I would never just reach out and offer advice because you already negatively gear yourself in that relationship. I would never do it. And then, you know, I sat there thinking about it. This gets pretty deep, right? I sat there thinking about it, and I thought, sure, people ask me for advice all the time. So I make videos because I can give out advice one to many. And that's the reason I make these videos. Because of the fact of how many messages I get. If I was to waste time replying one-to-one, I'm getting 1/billionth of the value I get out compared to putting out videos like this where I can mass hit a mass amount of people. And the people who listen to this actually have the attention spans to be successful. The people who ask questions 99% of the time, they just want a quick answer, and they do that their entire life, darting back and forth. Every time someone asks them something they don't know, they just Google it on the spot. And they never store that as long-term memory because they have access to Google. They're what we call like low attention span people, and it's very hard for these people to become successful. But I was thinking about, right? I've never just randomly reached out. Why? Because I'm too busy hustling. I'm too busy working on things. And if someone wants advice, they can pay for it, or they can watch these videos because I understand high leverage opportunity vehicles. However, I receive a mass amount of advice from people who are beneath me. And when I say beneath you, if that makes you feel bad, good. You have to understand there's a hierarchy. This is the way the world works. This is definitely learnt in the fighting realm. When I go to Thailand and I go to Tiger, right? Over here, I am a very solid blue belt. And if I wrestle with someone who's never wrestled in jiu-jitsu before, they can be 100 kilos, 110 kilos, I will smoke them. I will strangle them in seconds. I don't care how strong they are. I'll strangle them in a heartbeat. I will leg lock them. I have an infinite amount of tools. When I get to Thailand, I get destroyed by the higher level purple belts. There are high level purple belts who absolutely rinse me and make me look like it's my first day. I would never go up to them and offer them advice on things. Ever. I shut the fuck up, I listen, because I understand there's a pecking order, there's a hierarchy. The exact same thing in business, the exact same thing in pretty much anything, okay? If you're learning a language and that person is fluent in the language and they say da-da-da and you say, oh no, you should say it like this. Imagine that. Imagine how dumb you would sound. And to add on to that point as well, to add in something extra that's external, I remember listening to Alex Hormozzi very recently and he said this point and I want to re-raise it here because it makes a lot of sense. Most people expect too much very quick. Exact same thing as I was saying before. They say, well, I put 30 days in, I've only made 2K. Imagine if you'd only put 30 days in, like an hour a day, into learning Spanish. Would you expect yourself to be holding a 100% conversation? Would you expect yourself to be conversationally fluent? Would you expect yourself to be at a B1 level, a B2 level? No. So why do you expect these things in business? You need to put in time and volume. But let's finish this point because it's very, very important about constant advice from below. I have that many people message me, bro, you need to do this with your thumbnails. Bro, you should be doing this with your SEO. Bro, you need to have this on your blog. Bro, you need to have chatters here. Bro, you should be setting up virtual assistants for this. Bro. Everyone's screaming advice. And as soon as someone does that randomly that reaches out, I can tell they make not even an inch of the money that I make. And I weigh up myself against them. I can tell that instantly because you don't just randomly give out advice. No one just if someone's above you, and they, trust me, if you're above someone, you know if you make more money than them, you would never just be randomly spurting out advice to that person. Once you become in that position, you only give it out when people ask you. It's like, jiu-jitsu, if I wrestle with someone, I'm not just going to say, oh, you need to be doing this and you need to be doing this. They ask me, oh, fuck, how'd you do that? How do you defend that choke? Well, how do you do this? How do you do that? And then you give out advice and then you show and then you guide. You don't just randomly, imagine me walking around the street. This is what it's like, okay? Imagine me walking around the street or just walking up, even as people that I kind of know, and being like, bro, let me show you how to defend a choke because you don't know how to defend chokes properly. We're like, what the fuck? Even if I did know more, you're almost cold pitching the weirdest shit. I just get the weirdest fucking requests. And I think if people reach out to you, offering you advice on things, 99.9% of the time, they're not in a position where you want to be. And that's why I don't reply. I don't waste my time. It's a waste of time. And if you do that, instead of taking offense to this, you should self-analyze and think, fuck, maybe I do waste an incredible amount of time reaching out to people offering advice. The best way is to demonstrate. When people ask you for advice, you know you're credible. If you're telling people I have advice for you, you're not credible. Very, very simple. When I demonstrate, I make this much with Marketplace. I'm doing this, this is my journey, and people are asking for advice, that's when you know you're credible. When you have to give out advice, it's not, you can tell it's not credible. And the reason I make these videos, just say, well, all these videos are advice, because I just get millions of questions like this. And instead of me just replying to one person, this widespreads it. So I can pump them out to hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people. So that's why I make these videos. That's it. Let's get into the OnlyFans content. And today, like I said, is a different topic compared to normal. We talk about marketing, we talk about this, we talk about that. And I am still continuing to create these business training videos. So make sure I'm not going to make sure you hit subscribe. I'm not going to say that. But if you want to hit subscribe because I am dropping these fucking sexy little videos that are just like in Google Docs. And I'm just showing you just straight OnlyFans juice right from the get-go. So, okay. Let's get into it. Where is OnlyFans going is the question. Where are we going with OnlyFans? Now, I want you to think back to when promiscuity was starting to become more acceptable, right? It's always happened throughout history, but it started to become monetized, throughout kingdoms, and then, you'd have the bathhouse girls that would offer themselves and offer services, and then, especially in poorer countries where girls had no other way to make income, and it moved forward. Technology has now allowed us to separate the need for human connection. I don't have to sit there on a table and chat with you right now, but you feel very connected to me because you get to watch this video, okay? We're connecting in a different way through the use of technology. And that's very powerful. It's infinitely powerful because I can go one to many. And when I go one to many, I have the ability to affect many people, which makes me more of a person of value, which means I'm rewarded as a person of value, okay? So I want you to understand this inside the OnlyFans industry. As we have progressed throughout history, it has become more available for us to, even though we are distant, we have distance now compared to actually, you know, someone smashing your bum hole in, okay? And then you being paid like $100. You can just put out videos and charge $100 for a titty pic, okay? It has just moved forward and moved forward and moved forward. So where are we going into the future? Now, it really clicked home for me here. I understand VR, I understand the metaverse. I've been doing my research, but it really clicked home, okay? I come here, I visited my family, and I have a heap of young cousins. Like, I have a massive family. And one of my younger cousins, I don't know what grade he's in, maybe 4 or something. He got a Oculus Rift. So the thing for PlayStation, is it maybe PlayStation or maybe it's its own device, Oculus Rift. It's like a VR headset. And he's like, try this game. Anyway, he puts it on, I put it on. You have these little hand toggles. And immediately, I was like, holy fuck, I was immersed in a whole nother world. Like, he just put me in the loading screen of something to begin with, and it was like a Japanese room. It was all animated and shit, but I was like, holy fuck, like, this is like a whole nother universe. Like, my senses, my stimulus, I've just gone to a whole nother universe. And then when he come home from school, you know, he chucked it on straight away and he's playing and he's there talking to his friends and he's walking around. And I'm like, he's not even in the same realm as me anymore. His hearing, his senses are in a different realm, okay? Not his smell or anything or his taste like that, but his feeling, his proprioception of the world, his sight, his vision, all of it is immersed in a whole nother realm. Like, he's pretty much in a different realm. Besides where his physical body is, he's pretty much in a different realm. And it really only made sense for me that the adult industry is never going anywhere and it's expanding at a rapid rate, the same way that us as humans are expanding. The VR realm and the metaverse realm that will become available will be the biggest opportunity for early comers in the adult industry. And of course, I can't give you 100% advice on this because I don't know what the metaverse is going to be like. I don't know what platform it's going to be. It's like, it won't be Decentraland. It won't be these things. These will be the beta things, but it will build into something, you know, where it's not just, as you say, augmented reality or virtual reality, but we have MR, like mixed reality. So imagine putting on glasses and you're still in this world, but you can just see things popping up. In the adult industry, if you have solidified yourself with a bit of name, you build a bit of reputation as both a creator and a manager / agency, whatever the fuck you want to label it as, this is your opportunity to make an extreme amount of money. Because look what's happened throughout history. As technology has advanced and added in more and more ability to reach more and more people and also heighten the experience, which is what it's done, you know, in the past, if you wanted to see a pair of titties, you'd have to go out before internet and TV and everything. You'd have to find a girl who you thought, fuck, I want to see those titties. Those look like she could have some good titties. You'd have to romance her. You'd have to take her out for dinner. You have to do whatever the fuck you got to do, and then you've got to convince her to see those titties. That's what you had to do. Now you can just type titties online and see 1 billion titties if you want. So it's continuing to expand, okay? Our access is expanding, and you may think that decreases the price, but it doesn't at all. It actually quadratically increases our price because we have the ability to go one to many. The importance of premium pricing comes in here. But if you look through history, okay, our access has become more and more, and so has our ability to make more and more money. In the past, when you had to do that, say that was a brothel chick or whatever, okay? You'd have to find the one you want, go out, person, drive there, whatever, pay her money, da-da-da-da-da. Now, she can just create an Onlyfans account, take one picture of those titties, sell it for $100, and maybe sell to 8 dudes a day and make $800. As we transition into the future, into the metaverse, it will become even more accessible. And especially as we start to mix with crypto in the future, where things are hidden and under our own control, people will feel more security when they have control of their finances. Their finances are hidden inside of the crypto realm and all these other things. And what will happen is people's fetishes will come out in these virtual realities. It's massive inside of Japan already. I'm going to do a reaction video because as soon as I typed up anything to do research on this, it was all about Japan. So I'm going to have a look there. And anyway, It's just going to continue to advance. And what happens is, as the experience becomes more and more real, and more people can play out deeper desires and fetishes and all these things, you can capitalize by charging more and more and more money. So you think, like I said, in the past, you'd have to go out, meet someone, whatever happens. Now you have Onlyfans, which is a small human interaction, which is what people are actually looking for, which is connection, okay? And then they can see titty pics or whatever, or videos or whatever. Imagine when the experience is, boom, I put on my headset, or in the future it could be probably so advanced, just a pair of glasses, and now I'm 100% immersed in another world. Now, there's two options that you could have, okay, for monetization that I could see. You would have an automated process, and then you would have a one-to-one personalized, very expensive up niche process. So the personalized, the automated process would be, instead of, people coming on, they're paying for titty pics and bing, they come into the metaverse realm. There's an avatar of you. They can jack off over you, fuck you, whatever they want to do inside of this little realm, okay, that they create. And you charge a certain price for that. And that allows, not only in the future there'll be more anonymity, but you will also be able to, did I use anonymity right? Yeah, I use anonymity right. Ability to hide yourself. But more so than that, the experience will be heightened, and you'll be able to collect dollars 100% free of your time. You'll have a system set up that's like that, an avatar, whatever, and boom, $100 will be sent to you via crypto. Boom, $100 will be sent, $500, $500, $600. They want to play out this, $800, this. And then imagine when you can upmarket and you say, okay, you know what? You jump on your VR headset. It's $5,000 for half an hour. And if you're saying that's impossible, you don't understand how much money can be made. You say it's $5,000 for half an hour, and because of the fact that you're not even person to person anymore, they can live out their craziest fantasies, and you don't understand. This is the ability to make so much money here. So what you do is, imagine, right? They say, I'll put on my fucking glasses. You put on your glasses. It's a connection that's hidden, personal. Like, they may have a wife. They may have anything. I don't know. Like, morally, it's up to you to decide whether you think this is correct or not. We're the money channel. We're talking about how to make money. They ding on their little glasses, you ding on your glasses, you live out some crazy weird fetish inside this world, and you make $5,000 like that in half an hour. Imagine if you had 2 of these clients a day, or you said it's an hour session for $5,000. You work 2 hours a day, okay, and you can make 10 grand a day. And trust me, that money is available out there. And this is why you want to start to transition. I'm not saying you need to do this. This isn't a strategy because this stuff doesn't exist yet. But this is a framework you should be applying in your mind. And so what happens is, where this all ties in is, a lot of people, if you're in the adult industry and you're thinking, oh, well, maybe crypto's the way, or maybe NFTs, or maybe I should try e-commerce, or maybe I should try this. The reason you will never get ahead is because you're not consistent enough in one lane for a long enough time. Opportunities arise over time. And like Conor McGregor said, I love this quote, okay? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And if I've been in this OnlyFans game 5 or 6 or 7 years, I have a multitude of different girls as connections. I have a multitude of giant hive mind of creators and agencies I've built, And then some opportunity presents itself in the metaverse, and I say, look, I can take all these girls that I know, plug them in as avatars, pay them 50%, so 50% cut. I'll handle all of it. I've been doing my research. I know how to code it, all goes through. That may be the thing that just goes, boom, okay, you've made 7 figures in a week. You've made this, you've made this. And that's when luck is preparation meeting opportunity. That only comes from time and volume. You need to put in the time and you need to put in the volume. So, today was definitely a bit of a different video. Usually I go over direct strategies that you can use and apply now, because essentially I make these YouTube videos for the fact that 2 reasons. I don't hide anything. This is as transparent as it comes. I want people to join the hive. It makes me money and it's going to help you. It provides value. It's only a value cycle. But the people who can't afford to join the hive, I also put out these videos because I hope that it provides you enough value that you go from where you are now to more, because you will credit that to me. And even if you don't, I feel good about what I'm doing. I put something out to the world. But even if I can take you from nothing where you are now, you make money, you join the hive, okay, that's a constant value cycle. So, with that being said, if you found this valuable, share it with a friend. Let other people get value in this too. I know today was definitely a different sort of video, but I hope you found some little nuggets in there. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see you all. I need to go put my Invisalign in. Been out ages. I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Paka paka.